Okay, I think Hana is coming back. All right, thank you so much, everybody. Gracias, amigos de Latinoamérica, Guatemala, saludos desde Argentina, Guatemala. Muchas gracias, Eduardo, Javier, Olga, Rafael. Muchas gracias. Thank you so much, my friends. Thank you, everybody. Rona, I think you have to click something there to come in. All right. So here today, I'm very proud and very happy because today I have my fellows here, and I think my fellows they are. I would say that they they are the those ones who came to our service and they started um, first trusting in our work, and on the other hand we trust on them and we share our information, we share our knowledge with them. And for me, it's so special to have them here because I think uh, in the past what some surgeons did for me, like Dr. Nazim Cherkis, Dintor Yumi, they worked it as a shortcut in my career, and it was a dream for me to have my own fellows and also to help them and work as a shortcut for them to grow on their careers and save time. I think time is one of the most valuable things that we have in our lives. So saving time of somebody is so important because sometimes I see my fellows finishing their training, and when they finish their training, they're doing a rhinoplasty or a surgery in the level that I started doing after 5, 7 years of practice. So that's amazing, and that's so um, I feel very proud to see them growing and to uh, uh, being successful in their careers wherever they go, wherever city they want to choose, or um, and it's so nice for me. So today I have here some of my fellows. They are still in surgery, but today I have here uh, Dr. Julia. Thank you so much, Julia. Julia is our fellow this year, and it's a great pleasure to have you here, Julia. I have also Dr. Gabriel. We have two Gabriels, right? This
Yeah.
Gabriel, Gabriel is the one that started his fellow this year as well. Ana Maria, she did last year, and now she's an
Hello.
assistant in our service. Thank you so much. Hona is there. Hona, I think you have to click to come inside to the studio. Please click there, and you'll be here with us. Okay, Hona is just coming, and Hona is our fellow of 2022, 21, 21.
21.
Yeah, 2021. And I'm proud to say that I have 6 ex fellows. So thank you so much, each one of you, for being here today. And for those who are starting to come inside today to our studio, we have now almost 100 people, and I'm sure more people are coming. So we have basically two things to talk to you, okay? For those who stay there, first, I'm gonna talk very. We're gonna have a very nice talk with my ex fellows and my current fellows about some insights of the episodes number 1 and 2. And it's not only insights and not only talk. We want to give you some tips and tricks that we use in our surgeries on a daily routine. My fellows, they are with me in all surgeries and they see all my patients. they see the consultation, they see the post-op, they see my complications. So they're with me in everything during the fellowship. So they know exactly what we did in the episodes of the journey. And at the end, don't miss it, because the second thing that I'm going to show you is uh, a small lecture about the episode 2. Okay, if you watched it, the episode 2 was about dorsal preservation. And here I'm going to show you a brief lecture showing step by step of the technique that we used in the episode number 2. So don't miss it. And also some very nice information that I'm sure that it's going to be very useful for you if you want to watch the episode number 3 that starts tomorrow. Okay, if you understand the concept that we have, uh, that we're going to show here today in the lecture, tomorrow when you watch the episode number 3, you're going to understand everything. Okay, so don't miss it. And at the end, we have also a little surprise for you guys. And so stay there, and you will have it. Okay, so let me just ask here, Gabriel from our assistant here, please, if you could help Ronan to come inside to the studio, because let me just check here. Oh yeah, no, he's here. Okay, so now Ronan is here. Our team is more complete right now. Okay, Julia, do you want to say something? What did you think about the what we talked in episode number 1 or 2? What do you think it's important for those people who, most of the people here? What I want you to comment is that most of the people here, they never had the opportunity to stay or to be in a surgery with us. And you, my fellows, ex-fellows, and current fellows, you are with us in everything. So tell us a little bit, what do you think it's important for people to understand about those um, preparations for the surgery?
Hello, everyone. Good evening. It's a pleasure to be here tonight with all these people that I consider my family. And I think it's really inspired when we are in the OR with Dr. Nakamura, seeing all the preparation before the surgery, during the surgery, and after the surgery. So all the team take care of all the details to have a good performance during the surgery, and all the preparation before the surgery and during the surgery to have a bloodless surgery to prevent adverse during the surgery, and to see the implication of the preservation, the dorsal preservation. Last year, I I was seeing the dorsal preservation. You are learning the hybrid rhinoplasty with open approach. Now it's close approach, and it's really nice to see your learning curve and to
Yeah,
apply to
yeah,
my surgeries.
yeah,
And all, and I think it's really important to understand that then we saw the patients in the post-op, and we
yeah,
see that the results are really natural. We don't see so many irregularities on the dorsal, and it's nice to see this.
yeah. Thank you so much, Julia. Yeah, something Julia said is very nice, because we have 6 ex fellows, And one of the most interesting thing is what the first fellow learned is very different from the current fellow is learning, because I'm also evolving every time. And I'm sure all of you, and especially you guys who are here today, you're looking for this uh, differentiation and to evolve yourself is also in the field of rhinoplasty. So, Honan, tell us a little bit, because you spent 2 years with us, right? You spent 2 years. First time you were as a research fellow and then as a clinical fellow. So you saw a little bit of this transformation. And one thing that I want the audience to understand is that on the journey, we showed a close approach. We're showing a close approach to rhinoplasty. So that doesn't mean we only do that, and that doesn't mean you have to do that. Okay, it's only one way to do. If you want to open, it's the same thing that we do in close. So nowadays, I don't think close or open is a technique. It's only an approach. Okay, in my mind, I only do close approach when I'm sure and confident that I can do everything that I would do in an open approach without cutting the columella. Okay, so that's very important. So if you watch the episodes and you see, okay, this is close approach, but I don't want to do close approach, that doesn't matter. You can do exactly what I did through an open approach, and it's gonna be even easier. All right. So it's just part of my philosophy. I'm always putting myself out of my comfort zone. Okay, because when I put myself out of my comfort zone, I'm always evolving a little bit, 1% every day. Okay, I don't know, Honan, did you I don't know if you could hear. Are you there? Or maybe
Mm, so
maybe Anna, can could you comment a little bit, because you're already on your second year. So tell us a little bit about this comfort zone, and especially because each one of us here, we came from different services, and even me, what I did in my residency training was amazing. That is part of my growth in the plastic surgery in rhinoplasty. But we are always evolving every year, and now what I do is different from what I learned during residency training. Not because it's better or worse, but it's different. It's part of the evolution. And tell us a little bit, Anna, because you were a very good resident, and then you are already on the second year with us. So tell us about this pushing ourselves out of our comfort zones and learning something different.
yes, last year we have a lot of changes in our way to operate. Dr. Nakamura travel a lot to see another plastic surgeons, and we are always learning and always receiving people here too. So we learn a lot, and we are trying to do different things and to be better. Um, and I learned a lot in the beginning of my fellowship. We are doing almost 80% open approach, and then one day he tell me, Anna, let's try to do close approach, and I was thinking, oh my God, really? And yeah, we now we do close approach in almost 90% of our surgeries. And to me it's very nice. I'm always exciting to learn more and to do something different. It's amazing.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, that's nice, because as I said before, uh, we cannot limit ourselves. Okay, we have to understand that we can't push ourselves to a different level always. So that's a little bit of what we talk in the episode number one. Okay, it's not just about taking a cold shower or doing something different. It's about the mindset. Okay, when you do something different, you're pushing yourself to a discomfort zone. And how many times you guys here find yourselves in a discomfort position in a surgery? For me, it's very frequent because every time we have discomfort positions in a surgery, oh, you were doing an osteotomy, a fracture, and the fracture didn't go exactly the way you wanted. Oh, you were trying to remove a graft and you had a disinsertion of the septum from the nasal spine. Oh, you were treating the dorsal hump and you removed more, and now you have a depression on the dorsal. So every time we have some little discomfort position. So the episode number one, basically, the message of the episode number one is to train your mind. That's the point. Okay, you have to train your mind and to be prepared for discomfort situations and how to deal with discomfort situation, how to be mentally controlled and physically prepared for discomfort positions to uh, make your surgeries in a high performance. Okay, I think that's the point. So, Hona, are you listening now? I don't know if Hona, I don't think so. Gabriel, do you wanna comment something about the episode number two, maybe, or one if you want?
Yes. Hello, everyone. Good evening to all. My name is Gabriel, as Dr. Nakamura say, and I am the current fellow on the Perface Institute. It's a pleasure for me to be part of this team. I can safely say that being part of the fellow program is a turning point in my life. And I'm not just talking about rhinoplasty, but also about philosophy of life. And we can change our mindset. We can change our philosophy of life. And about our routine. And in the office, we see the preoperative plans and also the post-operative follow-up. And in surgery, we can see the execution of the plan with the wide um, variety of techniques. And for example, in the journey, we can see a little bit about our routine, about most techniques are applying of um, a big different cases. So it's the mode how we can improve our grow up of our life.
Thank you so much, Gabriel. And don't forget that the final test for the fellow is the cold shower. Okay.
I'm training.
You're training. I think
Now it's
Hona,
winter in Brazil. It's a
Yeah.
a great time to train cold shower.
Hona was the only one so far that took the cold shower and jumped in the lake, in the cold lake. Okay.
Yeah.
Uh, okay, Hona, are you listening? I think you're still out of the your connection is not so good. Yeah, I think he's okay. So as I promised on the beginning, I'm going to put here a brief presentation. Okay. On this presentation, I'm going to explain in detail what we did in the episode number two, and I hope you enjoyed and also show a little bit of the philosophy and rhinoplasty, and also I hope that that can help you to understand better the episode number two and also the episode number three. Let's share here my presentation. So if you are here, probably you are in one of our groups, okay? And if you are in one of our groups and didn't watch the episode number one or two, just click there and you will find very clearly the episode number uh, one, two, and tomorrow episode number 3. Okay, and you can watch it. It's just there for a limited time, so don't miss it because this next Sunday, if you don't watch it until this next Sunday, you cannot watch later, right? So don't miss it because we prepared something very nice, and I hope you enjoy if you haven't watched it yet. Just a second here. Okay. Okay, I'll share here my screen. All right. So this is real quick before I put my presentation. This is just uh, at what we said. Okay, you go to one of our groups, and then in our groups, you click there. You can choose your language, and you can watch the episode number 1 or 2, and tomorrow episode number 3. Episode number 3, we're going to tell you everything about how to treat the tip. Okay, so don't miss it. On the episode number 1, you could see all my routine, and I could say my ritual that I have every morning before a surgical day. Okay, so just go there, and I hope you enjoy it. Okay, now let me share my presentation here. So it's very, as I said, very quick. So we have the Preface Academy. Preface Academy is now one of the biggest platforms of um, uh, teaching and learning process in rhinoplasty. So I'm very proud of that. And if you want to be part of our Telegram group, it's for free. You can find in the QR code on the right. And also, if you follow us on Instagram, you can have more information about our courses. And as I said today, I'm so proud to be here with my ex fellows and current fellows. I think they give me motivation for to keep updated in rhinoplasty and also in other surgeries. I learn a lot from them. They don't. It's not only them that learn from me. I'm always learning from them, and they really keep me alive to keep growing in the field of plastic surgery. So thank you all also. So talking about comfort zone, I think this is something that everyone here learned during your training. Okay, so this is something that I learned. This is something that probably you learned, and this is something very nice, which are spreader grafts. Okay, I spreader grafts bilaterally surgery. And notice that we put this. So I won't lose time showing that. What I want to show here, as I said, is some concepts, and this first concept is I learned that from Dr. Valerio Finocchi from Rome, Italy, is the concept of reverse rhinoplasty. What is this concept of reverse rhinoplasty? It's a theory that all of us, we were born with a beautiful nose, or at least a nose that didn't have a lot of deviations or deformities. So after uh, because of any reason, maybe a trauma or any other thing, or maybe only the growth formation of the bones and cartilage, we start having bigger cartilage and bones, and they don't fit on this space. If they don't fit on this space, they start getting deviated, just like you're going to see here. So this is probably what happened when you find your own pictures, or when you find people who come to your office and they say, "Doctor, I don't like my hump and my nose is deviated. I have septum deviation." And you ask them, "How was your nose when you were a kid?" And they show you a very beautiful picture. So what we try to do with the reverse rhinoplasty is try to uh, put the original, reproduce the original anatomy of the nose. Okay, that's the point. And it's showing here Dr. Valerio's technique, but I'm saying that it doesn't matter the way you do, but you try to reproduce the normal anatomy after your surgery. Okay, so reproducing the normal anatomy means remove the tension of the nose, remove the cartilage that is in excess, and put the bones and cartilage on the correct position. Okay, so this is part of changing our mindset. Okay, changing the way we think about rhinoplasty, and then makes sense when we study what is a beautiful nose, what is a beautiful dorsal aesthetic line, and also here is just to show you that there are many types of dorsal preservations. There are many different kind of techniques, of surface techniques, impaction techniques. But what we did in the episode number 2 in the journey was one type of dorsal preservation. Okay, and I want to explain here. So that's our patient in the episode. And every time we see a nose like that, especially in the operating room, for me, for sure, this nose would be a structure rhinoplasty some years ago. Okay, I would remove this hump, I would do spreader grafts, and I'm sure would be I would achieve a very nice result. Uh, the question is, in some cases, especially if they have thin skin, how is the behavior of this dorsum after 2, 3, 5, 10 years? Are they going to be the same, or are they going to have some kind of deformity or irregularity where I reconstructed with spreader grafts? So on this video, probably if you watch it, episode number 2, you watch it, this explanation that I'm going to put here. Okay, this is our case today. This is a male patient, 19 years old. In the case analysis, he has a more V-shaped than S-shaped dorsum. The radix is a little deep, but for a male patient, I think it's we can use it as a reference. I think it's going to be good. He has a hump. His major complaint is about the size of the nose, but on the same time, he wants a natural result. He doesn't want too much projected. So our idea here is to use a dorsal preservation type 2, spare roof B, and preserve this dorsum. Spare roof B is a surface technique. So we're going to draw here on the dorsal aesthetic line like a paramedian fracture, a little triangle shaped bone that we're going to remove. And hopefully we're going to be able to drop it down without dissecting the central part of the dorsum. It's a little wide here. I'm going to show on the helicopter view, we're going to fracture as well. So it's going to be lateral fracture and also paramedian fracture. And he has a septum deviation. We're going to show on the video. And the tip, the rotation is quite good. Here you can see the anterior septal angle. If I do this, you can see even better. So it's a good septum. It seems to be a good septum. The lateral cartilage looks good, but the middle crura looks very weak. My approach here will be hybrid, dorsal preservation, but also structured tip plasty. And on the tip, we're going to do close approach. And we need here a septal extension graft that we're going to harvest from the septum. The good thing about the hybrid approach here is that I don't need any graft to reconstruct the dorsum. I only need basically one graft to structure the tip. and that saves cartilage for me for what I think really matters, which is the tip support here. Okay, so that's the case analysis and explanation on the episode number 2, and this is an anatomy, okay, that the dissection respect that, okay, and we have to learn how to dissect different in each case. If I need to reshape the cartilage, I dissect the cartilage. If I don't need to dissect the bones, I don't dissect the bones, and I respect the compartments of the nose. So if you is thinking that preservation is only push down or let down, you're wrong. Okay, it starts with a good dissection and preserving the ligaments, preserving the dissection, doing a precise dissection, and preserving compartments when you can. So that's the first step. If you want to go into the world of hybrid rhinoplasty or preservation, you have to start first thinking on these dissections. Okay, and reshaping the bones or with rasps or with the piezo. And what we did on the surgery on episode number 2 was the spare roof B, described by Dr. Miguel Ferreira from Portugal, which means that we draw the dorsostatic lines there, and then we remove some small triangles of the bone. When we do that, we're on the same time creating the dorsostatic lines, and also we create a hinge effect after removing the cartilage under the dorsum. We create this hinge effect that we can treat the dorsum. Okay, so you can preserve the dorsum, straighten the dorsum using this type of approach. Okay, you can do that with piezo or with wrap or with ultrasound. Okay, but what we recommend is that you do it precisely with piezo, okay, not with the osteotomes, because osteotomes sometimes they're not so sharp enough to remove a very precise piece of bone there. And then what we did also in the episode number 2 was to do a high strip under the dorsum, removing a piece of cartilage under the dorsum. So the good thing about the preservation is to treat the dorsum under the dorsum, preserve the anatomy and the shape of the roof. That's the secret for you to have less irregularities or less dorsal complications and long-term results. Just like this, on both sides, and then I just broke there as a hinge effect, so we didn't drop them. Okay, after you remove that and you do the paramedian osteotomies and remove the triangular shapes, then you can drop down the dorsum and treat the dorsal hump, preserving the dorsum, original dorsum. No need for reconstructions there. So remember the concept of the reverse rhinoplasty that we showed previously, okay? Basically, on the dorsum, we try to recover the natural anatomy in the anatomy that the person had when he was a kid. On the tip is the same thing, and the tip is the lecture that you're gonna watch tomorrow, okay? And the tip plasty, what we call the puzzle tip plasty, is try to reconstruct the normal anatomy. In the normal anatomy, as you can see on the side pictures, is the perfect connection between the cartilage, the upper lateral cartilage, the lower lateral cartilage. No dead space, but also no overlapping of the cartilage. You can have perfect match and perfect connection of the borders of the cartilage to have a good tension, but also on the same time, no dead spaces. So this is, here on this side is everything connected, and you can see how strong it is. So when I do that, I'm not supported only on my septic extension graft. I'm also supported here, and for sure it avoids losing rotation. The other side is still loose, not connected yet, but you can see if I leave like that. So this is part of what you're going to see on the episode number 3, okay, the puzzle tip plasty, and I'm going to show in details on the real-time surgery, and I hope you enjoyed. And first step is to define where is my tip position, okay, with the forceps I can do that, and then we use a sterile paper, okay, a sterile paper to shape it, and on the same time I give shape and also support for my septic extension graft. So basically we use the cartilage that we use for what we consider the most important graft, which is the septic extension graft. Okay, because we're preserving the dorsum, we don't need a lot of cartilage like articulated grafts, spreader grafts. We need one graft. So sometimes we like to say that it's a one graft rhinoplasty. Okay? And this is exactly a picture of the surgery you're going to watch tomorrow. Okay, we fit the graft there. You can put it end to end or side to side, but you fit the graft there, and then you can adjust the height and the rotation. Leave the graft a little bit bigger than what I want because I can adjust now. So of course it's a little bit too much here, but I'll trim it or I'll lower it a little bit. And when I look on the side view, okay, so basically the steps that I'm going to show tomorrow is you put the septic extension graft end to end or side to side, and then you define where your dome position. Sometimes it's already there because on the reverse rhinoplasty, sometimes you can see where was the previous dome position when this patient was a kid. And then you start with the sutures like Toriumi suture or Milus Kovacevic suture, and you put the sutures there and you start creating the shape and the eversion of the caudal border of the cartilage and creating the divergence of the domes that you want. Okay, and then because it's a puzzle to plasty, basically if you draw and measure very well your septic extension graft and everything of the cartilage, you start connecting the structures. So you don't remove the cartilage in a longitudinal way, you remove it only what is sufficient to connect the cartilage. So that's the point and that's the secret. Okay, this is the patient. Push it here and it's strong and stable. I did septic extension graft. On the other side, I put his liver, and I hope this patient likes the result. Okay, so this is a spoiler of what you're going to see tomorrow, and for me, it's a game-changing technique and game-changing information in my career, and that's what we like to share with our fellows, and also to share with everyone who is in the journey with us. Okay, and this is what I promised in the beginning. You go there, follow us on Instagram, and go to this post. This post will be there, and you put the hashtag I am the journey. And if you put that there on this post in our Instagram, you're going to receive a little gift in your cell phone or in your direct message. Okay. thank you so much. And let's go back here to our fellows. Okay, we're back here. All right. So um, now a little, very briefly, for each one of you, Julia, Anna, Hona, and Gabriel, what people should expect for the episode number 3 tomorrow. When you start, Julia.
So don't miss next episode. I think the puzzle tip plastic is it's like the icing of the cake, the topping. I myself call the septum extension graph the way you do like a fin shark because of the shape, and it's it's really natural and everything fits so well, so you don't have to cut more cartilage. So it's it's like a puzzle. Everything in the right way, everything fits, and it's a simple form to do a beautiful tip. So I think it's the icing, the topping of the cake. Don't miss next
Great.
episode.
Thank you, Julia. Aninha?
Yeah, I agree with Julia. The puzzle tip concept is amazing. We have good results, previs- previsible results, and beautiful tips. It's amazing. It's easy to do. We can learn and do in our practice. It's the best. And you need to see tomorrow. It's that.
Great, thank you. Gabriel? I think your
O
audio
som.
is Gabriel.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I agree with Julia and Diana. The next episode um, it's fantastic because the puzzle concept is a technique. It can change your philosophy about rhinoplasty. And you see it and tomorrow.
Yeah, thank
Don't
you.
miss.
Great, thank you. Uh, Hona, are you there or still without connection? I think he's still without a good connection. Okay, so just like they said, I think there are many ways to do tip plasty. Okay, not never, I will never say that the way we do is the best, but the way we do is uh, not so difficult. I would say that it's easy to reproduce. Okay, so that's the point. You can. It's an easy and reproducible way and predictable way to do to plastic, because what we learn a lot is to put struts, or sometimes only floating strut, or sometimes we put an extension graft, but we put very big and then we start reshaping. Sometimes it's too small, so we don't know the rotation, the projection, and then we use projectometer. So there are many ways to do that. Okay, the way we show in the episode 3 is a simple way that we do in our routine, and I hope you can watch it and learn and try in your practice. And I really hope that it's going to be useful for you. Okay. All right. So I would like to thank you first of all, my fellows here, for your time and for being with me for one whole year. Some of you for more than 1 year, and as I said, I'm very um, happy to share a little bit of our experience with you. And also, I'm very grateful to learn a lot from you and to uh, count with you in my daily routine. Okay, without you guys, our fellows, we could not give the same pattern of treatment for our patients and not even the same quality of information, videos, and teaching materials for our students. So I'd like to thank you all, Dr. Gabriel Campelo, Vitor Bizinoto, Gabriel Silva, Julinha, Aninha, and Ronan. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. So, and for people who are here, uh, thank you all. Gracias a todos que están acá. See you guys on the episode number 3 tomorrow. Stay tuned. Stay in our groups. You're going to receive the link. And any doubts, any comments, please write there and ask us. It's going to be a pleasure to answer you. Thank you very much. Good evening. Good morning for some people from Europe. Good, maybe good at, not good afternoon for some people from Latin America. Good evening for everybody. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, my fellows. Thank you, everybody. See you guys tomorrow. Bye bye. Bye bye. Thank you.